Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And in 15 days, we will find out the Baseball Writers Association of America balloting for the 2023 Hall of Fame class. Will anyone be elected? Well, Ryan Thibodeau has something called the Hall of Fame tracker, in which he looks at the ballots that have been made public and tries to figure out who it looks like will be elected before the day is announced. Well, this is via MLB.com. Manny Ranhawal, sorry if I mispronounced that. 2 weeks to announcement, a Hall of Fame balloting update. So again, January 24th, MLB.com interviewed Thibodeau about some things. So let's lead things off. The big question is anyone going to be elected on the ballot? So right now it mentions that Scott Rowling is polling at 80.6%. You need 75% of the vote. But as we've seen in previous years, when this comes out, usually the polling result is higher than the actual vote they get. As it mentions, when it's all said and done, ballots that remain private tend to have check marks next to fewer candidates. So last season, Roland was at 63.2%. So he'll likely get in, although it may not be this year. Mentions about Todd Helton, Billy Wagner. They still need a little more support. Carlos Beltran, it mentions that looks like he may have a chance to top 50%, but we've also seen numerous voters hint that they're imposing a 1 year or possibly longer for some penalty on Beltran due to the sign stealing scandal. He's really the only guy first year eligible that really has the opportunity to get in. He probably has Hall of Fame credentials, although it's debatable whether that's first ballot, and especially with his role on that Houston Astros team, definitely may have to wait. Who makes the biggest jump this year? It mentions that through 130 ballots, the net gained vote changed minds versus last year. So Todd Helton is on 22 ballots he wasn't on last year. Andrew Jones 21, Jeff Kent 21, Gary Sheffield 19, Billy Wagner 19. Jeff Kent is in his final year on the ballot, and Gary Sheffield's in his second to last year. Jeff Kent's the all-time leader in homers by a second baseman. Gary Sheffield's part of the 500 homer club, but neither of them have been relatively close to 75%. Mentions Todd Helton, who was on 52% of the vote last year. This is his fifth year on the ballot. Could break the 60% barrier or beyond, so likely doesn't get in. But we've seen guys who trend in that direction eventually do get in. Andrew Jones, arguably one of the top 3 or 4 defensive center fielders of all time. His career did fall off a cliff after, let's say, 10 years, but those 10 years were quite awesome, both on offense and defense. Who might be in danger of falling short at 5% and being one and done on the ballot? So the only first-time candidates have recorded votes so far are Beltran and K-Rod Francisco Rodriguez. So K-Rod's polling at 8.5%. All other first-time candidates have received 0 votes or in danger of being one and done. Among returning candidates, Torrey Hunter is currently tracking at 2.3%. Most of his support comes from late public and private ballots. He should make a 4th ballot. So there you have it. It's looking like a possibly no one gets elected on this year's ballot unless Scott Rowland finds his way on. I think Scott Rowland definitely deserves to make it. He's arguably a top 10 third baseman of all time, especially when you factor in his glove, Gold Glove winner, multi-time All-Star, and he was no slouch at the plate as well. Billy Wagner, one of the best closers of all time. Hard for relief pitchers to get in. Todd Helton, of course, people are looking at his numbers at Coors, seeing his career totals as being inflated, but Larry Walker did get in. He played the majority of his career at Coors. Maybe Todd Helton's the next guy on. So what do you guys think? Who of these should make the Hall of Fame? Do you expect anyone to be voted in? Again, in 15 days on MLB Network, it'll be announced. After it is announced, I'll probably make a video taking a look at the guys who will be eligible for the first time on the 2024 ballot. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications.